Welcome to a 57 Chevy video in which, I don't know if you noticed, he's got a couple notes going on, but for some reason he's asked my advice on something and I don't know why, but this beautiful new, I don't even know what it would be called, inner panel here has a wheel tub that is deeper than stock. And conveniently, it's getting new floor, all that. Don't worry about that. We need to figure out how much deeper it is than stock so we know how much to cut so that that can go in so that he can make that flange back up and clean up the metal. Remembering, all of that metal will go away. However, when it's time for that to happen, we also need to have notes on how much needs to be cut out so that when this floor goes in, we know how much of this needs to be moved. So you can see that this would have welded to that inner wheel well. The problem's going to come when it's time to put this floor in. Because that inner wheel well is deeper, we're going to need to know how much deeper so that he can cut that and make a new flange. See, it's got a flange here for welding. He's going to have to cut all that out and remake it. He's not going to just do a silly little T-weld. He's going to do it properly. But we got to figure out how far is that. Hopefully, it's literally just move everything, X inches. I bet it's not that simple. All right, so we took measurements compared to the side that's still in and the piece that was cut out and compared them to measurements on this. And the first thing we noticed was on the back, now this is inside, and I'll show you on the other side, that this went and went straight. However, the factory piece doesn't do that. You see, it just comes back and arcs around. So, went ahead, measured that difference and rounded it to the nearest inch. And this is, for all intents and purposes, 3 inches. And we said, okay. So, we went from this inner out, it was this crease here to the inner, measured it, it was 8 1/4, came in here, and it was 5 1/4. And we said, okay, at the bottom, because now you don't know is the wheel well tilted, we got that. Well, the last thing we wanted to know is where could we measure relative here to make our measurement? Well, you got to look for something that's stamped that you can recognize. We didn't want to deal with the trunk hinge, so we went to the inside here. And you'll notice those 2 holes. So we measured from where it's kind of flattish out here with the level straight up, and then measured across, and lo and behold, we had another delta of 3 inches. So now I don't know that it goes forward any or back any. I seriously doubt it. This is a 3-inch delta, which means when he's ready to modify this edge here all the way to here just needs to be sectioned out, 3 inches removed, move it over, weld it all back together, and then he'll have that nice factory rolled pinch weld. Boy, that'd be really nice. And now he knows he can do that on both sides, and he's going to put it within a little bit of hammer and dolly distance. Get some nice spot welds on it. So now that we know that, the next thing we got to do is make a tool, basically a divider or something, and just draw our 3 inches from our outer edge all the way around, out there, not here. Remember, straight back from here, straight back from here. So as long as we keep that in our mind, although it technically wouldn't matter over here anyway, because that's all garbage. But it's everything from where this started to go straight moves back 3 inches, and where this curve stopped moves back 3 inches. and then he'll have it. This is our incredibly sophisticated tool. It's a stick with a nail in one end and a hole 3 inches from that nail that you can just lay down somewhere, stick your Sharpie through, and then I just made a bunch of marks and then came back and signed them in. This is the one spot he's going to have to play with a little bit because there's a little rounding there. And you can see that's what he's got to cut. The other thing we can find out from this is that it gets pretty close to the frame. So welding all that in is going to be really fun, but that's not my problem. And this speaker mesh here, it has a dent. I don't know if it shows up for you guys. There's zero chance of ever freaking fixing that. So he went with some fanciness. He went with some shiny, shiny bling. So we just verified that it was the same shape before he opens it. Once you open it, it's yours. Okay, we've been working on a few things for other projects. Nothing that's really video worthy. But kind of wanted to show you where he's at on this car. You can see he's been pretty busy. If you recall, there was a lot of rust. This is the problem in Minnesota right here. This is a tax that you're going to pay. This car was half license plates and old signs and cardboard and Bondo. But, you know, that's what you got to do if you don't got the money to buy them fancy ones that are already done. And then, honestly, what would you do on the weekends? Okay, and I don't know if anyone remembers, but all of this was destroyed, so he welded this patch in. He's got this outer on now. And then he only had to use this much over here. So whenever you can, keep the factory stuff anytime you can. But yeah, so it's kind of neat to see somebody doing a lot more work than I am. Yeah, you can see he hasn't finished back here. Hell, there's all this sound deadener still under here. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. Look at that. I hadn't noted that before. Somebody just welded some nuts to the floor for some chairs over time. Of course, you peeled some crazy stuff off of this floor. Yeah, and wasn't this like Bondo and cardboard or something over in the corner over there? So, yeah, well, whatever made him run, I guess. And all this archaeology here, he's showing me some of the things that have come out of this car. Like the fact that this seam was a big rubber seal that's stapled. And all these weird foams and sound deadeners and everything. It's just neat to see what they did to build things. And, you know, they only had to last a couple years and they were happy, but here we are 70 years later and everything's still, some of these things are still looking brand new. Not this one, but some of them. And here is some of what's come off of this car. So, this is what happens when there's a lot of gravity down there, but somebody did a quarter patch years and years and years ago on this, and then they hid the seam behind the bright work. Just got to kind of hide that, and you can see it just rotted away. And that, of course, is why he's replacing all of this. And then you can see this was that tail pan. Yeah, no, unfortunately, salt really does a number on stuff. So, I believe this is a new fender, or a new quarter here. Well, it might be, but it's not in the box. I think that's in the other room. I think this is probably the box for this inner. But yeah, it's crazy. Rust sure does a number on stuff. So anyway, we've been doing other things and playing with other things. So this is a short video, but please like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and look for more on the 57. This has been another ShopRex approved video. Thanks for watching.